You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 248.
248. I thought of so many things that I could say. And I don't know if I want to be ragweed Ralph this week because sinuses are still winning. And roll tide Ralph because, the Alabama Crimson Tide are number one in the country. But
Man,
either way.
You were Sleepy Hollow today.
That's fair too.
Yeah. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
On Twitter, I'm JON. 2_ the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJYFM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL ho.
Listen, shout out to all the listeners down there in Georgia, man. Look, I'm sorry. This is hilarious.
Johnny had to close his eyes. He didn't want to. He had to get through his role, get through his beat roll, right? He had to close his eyes because I'm over here like, yeah.
My man is struggling, man. It's so funny. Oh my god!
Listen, I'm probably going to enunciate today because I'm so tired. I'm gonna have to speak slow. Ain't gonna be no mess-ups today, baby.
Not at all. That's funny. Hey, that's funny as hell. we did our pre-production. I hope listen, man. When you outside at our uncle age, it takes time to recover. It does. And when you go out 2 nights in a row, I mean,
literally. Oh my god, man. I'm over here hurting. See now. I try to give the listeners and viewers of OS, which we love and appreciate, their just due as to why me and Johnny are not in the same space this week, and it's my fault. It's my fault. I didn't have the energy to get up and literally leave my domicile, my place, the place I live and sleep. I just couldn't do it because this past weekend, my fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, with New Kai chapter at the Talented 10th District, we hosted a fall council, which is pretty much a regional conference. And that's a lot of work that goes into that. There's a lot of logistics, a lot of moving parts. And I was on like pretty much damn near a lot of those committees, doing a lot of that committee work. And then we had a party on Friday evening that was at the Arts Museum. And that was a lot that went into that, because the Arts Museum is just not a museum. It's federal property. It's a national monument. So it's a lot of shit you just can't go in there and do. And if they tell you can't set up to this time, no, they mean you can't set up at this time. This is not a banquet hall, my guy. This is the Arts Museum. Yeah. Now these niggas got pistols. You know what I'm saying? These park rangers can shoot you. I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through TSA to go through the Arts Museum. Like, you gotta take everything out your pockets. Like, it's the airport, baby. Take that belt off. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that, and just, we had another party that Saturday that we hosted as well. So in the midst of sort of doing work, there's a little bit of alcohol consumption in there. And, there's breakdowns and things like that. So, man, I'm tired. Like, I've been out 2 nights in a row, bro. And Friday was the longest day because, hey, see people when I finally get the cut, finally get the twist, you know, get the everything going. I'm on Zoom. Nobody can see me. Nobody can stream yours. Nobody can really, you know, you don't get the full effect, baby. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I had to deal with that all day. So going from that, doing that all day, and then going straight to getting ready for this party, straight to it. Like, I had this much a window, and I don't think I ate Friday.
See, that's how you know. That's how you know when you're super busy. Like when you don't even think to eat. Like you just moving back and forth. Yeah, I've definitely had days like that.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's what social media for. Get your haircut and your fit off. I seen it. They was using for promo. I seen it.
I seen it. Man, what? I was like, yeah, you might. I told them, I was like, send me them videos too. You ain't finna be using this shit. Don't tag me, goddamn me. I want the pictures and videos.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get some views and likes and alls off that shit too. Goddamn
tag me too.
Yeah.
Tag me too.
Tag me. Yeah, all that. But all in all, bro, the weekend is done. You know, there's still moving parts after, you know, anything, but you know, for the most part, the heavy lifting is done. So I'm good, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. Listen,
cooked.
Compared to you, my weekend was boring. I didn't do nothing. I do nothing. But listen, man, I work has really been kicking my ass the last couple of weeks, so I wasn't really trying to do anything over the weekend. So I was just in the house playing the game. Got a little inebriated over the weekend. Listen, this is how I know that I enjoy my solace and my solitude. Bro, why did I end up playing Bejeweled 3 on my Xbox for like 2 hours? Yeah, like that. That's how I know. That's how I know I was chilling. I was chilling, bro. Like,
listen, and sometimes you might think of a weekend like mine as to something that you would like to do or want to do, but the weekends that I treasure the most of the weekends, I don't have anything to do. Like it, and you know, we get so caught up in our schedules and you know, family time or whatever. Like, oh, I need to do this and do this. When you get a moment to just sit,
absolutely,
and enjoy that, enjoy it for real.
Because I mean, we're all like at this age, we're all part of organizations, work, jobs, community service. You know, we all do something right outside of actual work. So, and a lot of us also have families. You know, spouses, children, nieces, nephews, things like that. So when you can, and I make sure I talk to all of my friends about this who don't typically have time for themselves. Hey, even if you have to schedule it, like you need it. You absolutely need it. So listen, understanding you had your frat events over the weekend, but I know next week you're probably gonna be kicking it, chilling, and you need it. You tired.
Literally, please don't call me, please. I'm not leaving the house, bro. I promise you, I'm not leaving the house. I can't do it.
It's pre-scheduled. It's already scheduled.
Yeah, man.
Scheduled. Don't do it. Just don't contact me.
So,
and
man,
it'd be like that.
I know. So, man, what we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome.
I got one for you, bro. I hate to say this, but Drake is kind of like the antithesis of this question, right? The basis of this question. He has started to buy like a lot of like hip hop like memorabilia and things like that, mementos, you would say. Like he apparently bought Tupac's car that he got, you know, shot in, right? He bought Pharrell's chain. He's been rumored to even start to buy or bid on that third of Rockefeller that Dame is trying to sell. So the reason I'm asking this question, if you had like that type of infinite amount of money or resources, what hip hop artifact would you buy?
That's a great question. And I think I knew you was going there. And the first thing that came to my brain is probably Biggie's Coogee sweater.
Okay.
I think I would purchase that, get it framed up really, really, really nice. The one I'm thinking about specifically is in the Juicy video, if I'm thinking about that correctly. Just the multicolored joint, it's iconic. It's iconic. When I think about Biggie and his music, especially music videos, that's the thing that's at the forefront of my brain. So that's just, that's what's there when I think about Biggie as an artist. So I would love to get that Coogee sweater and just frame it, just big as hell in the living room, just there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know me, I'm a stickler for like record labels and things like that. So anybody, and it's not the chains that I want, because those are, we talk about them all the time. But do you remember they used to make them leather jackets like Average style? Like Rockefeller had one, Rockefeller Bad Boy, like those types. So if any record label that was, hot like in the early 90s to, let's say 2000s, if you had a Average jacket leather coat, I want it.
I feel that.
I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying I'm gonna go wear it. You know what I'm saying? That's something else. But just to say that I have this vintage Rockefeller jacket or this vintage Bad Boy joint. You know what I'm saying? Or like, think about it like this. Remember, like Biggie had those the Bad Boy jersey, and I want to say One More Chance video, like something like that. Oh my god. I need them.
Low key, some of that stuff might need to be auctioned off if Diddy need the money. So we can take a look at some point.
If he, I mean, would be kind of fucked up if he has it. Like he ain't got kids. Like he ain't got no widow or he ain't got children. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know if Biggie's kids got access to his music rights. Because remember. Because now we talking about it. Because remember, Diddy gave everybody their publishing back, but that was never any discussion of Biggie. And if his family had access to that or his estate or whoever, I don't even know if Biggie has an estate.
Damn, that's a good.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
I don't know. I know for sure I haven't heard anything about that. But that's a great point though.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay, we got off point, but yeah.
No question. Okay, so for my off the dome, right? I'm going music. Okay. And this is something that I saw that was posed on Instagram, and I'm gonna just get straight to it. Thinking about R&B songs, right? A lot of them have lyrics where we sing, we bop, we dance or whatever, but we think like, no, that sounds kind of crazy. I don't know if I really fool with that, but the song slaps. So I want to ask you, what's one of the most delusional R&B songs that you've heard? And if you need time to think, I can give you mine.
Go ahead. I'm thinking.
So mine is "The Weeknd" by SZA.
Oh.
Now in that song, she's talking about how the guy, whatever guy that she's sharing with another woman, that he's just gonna come to her on the weekend and the other girl can have her during the week. That's crazy, because I don't see any woman actually doing that in real life, saying that I'll have him on the weekend and then when I'm done with him you can have him during the week. Nah, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling with that. I'm not rolling with that at all. I just don't understand.
No, I hear you.
or what's my man singing? You can have a piece. Oh, that's Guy. You can have a piece of my love. A piece.
Just a piece. Get this dick and go on about your business. That's what he's saying.
It might not be that delusional though. Never mind.
I was about to say that.
It might not be that delusional.
Right, exactly. I don't know, man. It's so many, and I'm just trying to. I could do like the social media answer with Donnell Jones and Where I Want to Be and all that. Like the video made diluted what the song was saying. Like, what I'm saying, like, you stalking this woman, you don't want her to, like, what I'm saying, sweet little Dee, you know what I'm saying, like, you scatting, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of crazy.
You got to make it sound better. You got to make it sound better.
I know, but Donnell Jones was like one of the true underrated R&B talents, man. He don't get enough credit, man. But Where I Want to Be, the album is solid from top to bottom. Like, it aged pretty well. And this nigga was singing about a one night stand. I can't get it out. The song that Blast sample. Donnell Jones. Why am I drawing a blank on Donnell Jones on a song that I play all the time? Like,
not
this
Where
is
I Want to Be. Not that.
No. Shit. See, now I gotta go to my Apple Music because I hate that I just did this to myself.
No, it's all good. Listen,
But
we all sang Where I Want to Be, and not
yeah,
really understanding what that meant until, or at least for me, not really
mhm.
understanding what that meant until I became an adult. Like, wait, whoa, time out.
Yeah.
He really saying this in the song,
Yeah.
and we was sweet dee we with
Yeah.
him. We was doing it with
Uh-huh.
him.
No, I'm talking about This Love. That's what I was trying to say. I couldn't get it
Okay,
out. This
gotcha.
Love it was a single off Where I Want to Be, but this nigga talking about a one night stay. He's like, hey, I ain't got time for all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just but it's just the way it sounds good. It just sounds better that he said it this way. But you listen to that song, I was like, why am I singing this and I'm 9? Like, I mean, whenever Where I Want
Real
to Be was
talk,
the
real
whenever
talk.
Don I was like, I'm a smooth 11. Like I think that was like 99. So yeah, I'm probably like 11, 12. I was like, thinking about a
Listen,
one night stand. That's
at
what's up
least
though.
you were a teen and not knowing. SZA was damn near 30 singing on the weekend. Like that's crazy. And the
Well, I
women
mean,
were
I'm talking
singing it
about.
with them.
I think the women sing it with it. Like you let the singers have their art and their delusions in their art, right? But I think it's the people that are singing it, and then I'm like, oh,
Then it hit you.
yes,
Then it hit you
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
that same thing happened to me with the Earth, Wind, and Fire song Reasons. Like I was
Yeah,
really listening to the words one day. I was like, wait, this is about a one night stand. That's crazy. People
when
play
you
that
got.
at wedding receptions. That's insane.
Oh yeah,
But hey,
if you want to get to the deeper meaning of some of these songs, you want to listen to half of them. Like, but that's another story though.
that's a whole nother story. Yeah.
Right. But now, people, that was a long-winded off the dome, man. We was all over the place with that one. But if you had an infinite amount of money, which hip hop artifact would you buy?
Yep. And then what is the most delusional R&B song that you've heard? Let us know.
Yeah. OS gang, what's happening? Family and kinfolk. We got a few topics here on the OS news docket. Let's just say this, man. We have a week where did nobody pass away. Did we not miss that? I'm just happy to say that we don't have anything to report. Well, hold on. It technically, if you want to go Mother Superior from Sister Act, she passed. I know she was what's her name? Maggie
Maggie
Smith.
something.
Is it
Yeah.
Smith?
Hold on. Maggie something.
Maggie Smith, I want to say.
Yep.
She was like,
Maggie Smith. Yep.
she's like 88.
Yeah.
I know she was in Harry Potter too. Like I've only watched one Harry Potter film, so I can't really, speak to.
Really
Yeah,
interesting. I
I,
didn't
I
know
just
that.
and this is the thing. I don't shit on Harry Potter films. Like I just
Mhm.
never watched them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Gotcha.
the only thing I don't think you can get me to watch is Lord of the Rings, and this is coming from somebody that loves Game of Thrones. Like I'm not. I'm
That's
no.
okay. And
Like
that's okay.
now I will like low key shit on Lord of the Rings. I'm not watching that shit. That shit looks boring. That shit looks like a task. Like
I was saying, that's
like it's
crazy.
just from the outside looking in. That shit looks like a task. But rest in peace to Maggie Smith though. But now let's try this out, man. So there was rumors coming out about Drake turning down the Super Bowl. First, it was led by OVO Mall and of Rory Mall podcast. It was like Mall don't know
Right.
what the hell they're talking about.
Grain of salt.
Right, grain of salt, right? And then you start to get more credible sources saying this thing. So you have Elliot Wilson of the Rap Radar podcast, and just a long time hip hop journalist. He said that Drake did turn it down. Then you have like kind of like another big joke in the situation where he never really talks about Drake, which is Steve Stout, and he confirmed that Drake did turn down the Super Bowl. So now you have from 3 sources that you can consider valid, but Drake turning down the Super Bowl, does that make sense to you?
Not really. And I want to say maybe it depends on when it was. But even then, I mean that would give a little bit more context. But even then, I don't think it will really matter. So I'm not sure why Drake, being one of the biggest artists of the last almost 20 years, would turn down the Super Bowl. It makes literally no sense to me.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this when the Kendrick stuff happened, and it was like a little bit of rumor that Drake stuff. I think Maul was the first person to kind of go out there and say that he turned it down 4 times, and now it went down to 2 when you talk to these other people that I consider to be a little bit more credible than Maul when it comes to anything reporting of Drake. But I mean, hey, it is what it is, but it does not make sense because that puts you in the pantheon of a lot of great artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jackson was the first one to do it. And then we just started to kind of get a lot of legacy acts in it. And now, as of recently, with the Rock Nation NFL partnership, you start to see a little bit more current acts that kind of get into the space of doing the Super Bowl, which is dope. But Drake turning it down, I don't know, bro. Like, the only thing that doesn't seem like he didn't want to do it is because he didn't want to make it. It didn't want to seem like, oh, Jay-Z was the one that did this. Right. That's the only thing. Like, maybe it's just petty like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Jay to be the one that brought me here.
which is crazy, right?
Listen, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Well, no, okay, I get that.
Because it's a little beef there anyway. It's not. I don't know how deep it goes, but I mean, you can start with the fact that Drake wrote for Beyonce's dance album, and then you drop a dance album right before she does one, and nobody talks about that Drake Honestly Nevermind album. So stop the cap. Nobody talks about that shit.
Right.
Nobody. Y'all don't listen to it. So shut up. You don't.
They don't. Not at all.
You don't.
Not at all. And y'all don't travel enough to hear it out either. So there's that. I'm looking at the last few years of Super Bowl halftime performances, and I'm trying to see which year that he might have turned down based on who actually performed. So like I'm currently at 2014. 2014 was Bruno Mars. He was the headliner, right?
Yeah.
2015 was Katy Perry. 2016 was Coldplay. Could be that one.
No. I mean, like Drake was highest fish grease 2016. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that the NFL would have reached out to Drake. I think this would have been a Rock Nation thing. So I would have started with the Rock Nation Super Bowls, and that's in the first one was in Miami. Yeah, 2019 with in Miami.
5.
No, that's Atlanta. Because niggas was mad about that. So the first one that Rock Nation did was Shakira and J-Lo.
Okay, that's
in Miami.
Yep. Okay, that's 2020.
Yeah,
they might have been it. Cause when did Honestly Nevermind come out? Because I feel like that was around COVID. Right?
Something like that. I don't know.
That had to be 2020 or 21. I think that came out. Because in 21 it was The Weeknd.
Maybe it could have been The Weeknd. The Weeknd's year. But The Weeknd is a big artist too.
Yeah, and he had that album that came out around that time too, The Weeknd. I don't know. So you really think it was a Rock Nation thing that tried to get Drake to come to the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Interesting. I mean,
I just don't. I think Drake has a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? That's me.
I can see that. And honestly, and thinking about it, in 2023, Rihanna performed, which I mean, it was a good halftime show, but her being announced as the performer was kind of left field because you know she hasn't had any new music in a while, so that's the only one I guess out of the Rock Nation ones that I can potentially see where that could have been Drake instead of the artist that performed. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. But I mean, Drake has catalog, so this is not the debate that we're having. It's just why did he turn it?
Like
why did he turn it down? Why? Especially like you got albums and shit to move every year, so I don't get it. And then for you to make now let's get back to the first person shooter, biggest of what? Like you could have did that at the Super Bowl.
Nah, that would have went crazy. That would have went crazy. So I don't know. If Drake were to perform, do you think it becomes a Young Money reunion, Cash Money reunion? Not Cash Money, but Young Money.
No, I mean Nicki and Wayne, yeah, but the rest of them niggas, no. and I would be very strategic on what songs that I use. Like, I mean, because I'm gonna say Nicki and Wayne, are we gonna do like our three, our 3-headed monster hits? You know what I'm saying? When like run through those, or do I come out let Wayne get his shit off with? Maybe me in this song, and then I got this song with Nicki. Do I let her do? I don't know. It's like so many ways you can go with it, but it's it's a 13-minute performance, and I'll be honest, I don't. I don't care. Drake can be up there, but I don't think Wayne can pivot in there for 13. It's gonna look nasty. Like it's gonna look disgusting, man.
I mean, I agree because we already had that deep dive into that conversation, but Drake as a performer, like I've seen Drake in concert, right? And like recently, was that this year? The last year, I saw Drake in concert, and the show itself, the props, everything, the fire and all that was great. But I don't know if I can see Drake putting on an actual like show. He's going to perform, of course, but even at the show that I went to, it was a lot of give call and response from the crowd. So he rap a line, the crowd raps a line. I don't know how that works in a Super Bowl halftime show setting.
Well, I mean, just look at the Free Larry Hoover concert. He can do it.
Okay,
that's a Super Bowl halftime show.
Okay. Touche. So I don't know. In my brain, I can't justify or figure out why Drake would turn it down. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just as confused, but it's just the fact that this has been confirmed, and I would trust Steve Stout saying it. I don't trust Elliot Wilson nor Maul.
You wouldn't trust Elliot?
Nah, because Elliot be doing a lot of chatty patty shit. He just be doing too much, man. Like Elliot Wilson's an old messy nigga. Like, don't get it twisted, because this nigga, he ain't Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked. Nah, you messy nigga too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you be speaking on stuff you shouldn't be speaking on. Like, but I guess that's the level of journalism. I mean, that's just the space that he in though too.
Yeah. Dang, got to pivot somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Traditional interviewing style, journalistic style wasn't working no more. So
yeah, you see how he got mad at everybody, man. Listen, I'm sorry, I don't even want to talk about Elliot Wilson no more, man. But nah, I was just saying, man. You being a hip hop OG, you should not be acting like that sometimes, bro.
Got you.
You you can't do internet games and you 55, bro. Like that don't even sit well with me. I don't do internet games and I'm 37. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that.
Yeah.
So but you should do it.
Yeah. We can say that for another day. But no, I feel you.
All right. But yeah, okay. Whatever. Right. But let's try this. Right. Let's try this out, right? So Beyonce has been snubbed again at the People's Choice Country Awards. I believe that's how I think I probably got it right. But Beyonce getting snubbed again in the country music award setting. 0 for 17. So Cowboy Carter was actually nominated for 17 awards at this particular award show, and she did not win anything. Johnny, do you see this trend continuing with Beyonce just losing out on country music awards?
Yep, I do. I can't even lie about it. Listen, we all love Beyonce for her contributions to music, her being able to switch up her style. You know, everything we love Beyonce. It's Beyonce, right? Cool. I said on this very platform, and I asked y'all, I asked the audience, I asked Ralph. I said, with her adding a twang to how she sings over country beats, does it make it country? Now, Cowboy Carter is not a bad album by any stretch. So that's not at all what I'm saying. But for this to be, I mean, her entry into country music, I mean, is it crazy that the country music community doesn't mess with it? I mean, no, I don't know. I'm not surprised by her getting snubbed by all of these country music award shows, because I think it's been like 2 or 3 so far. And like you said, over 17 of snub. So I'm personally not surprised by it. I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah. At the CMAs, she wasn't even nominated. So that's the first thing. Excuse me. And then now at this award show, she was snubbed over 17. It just makes for sensational headlines when a big artist like that, despite who they are, loses, in that fashion. So it's always worthy of a conversation. But the thing is, we don't care about country music like that. We care about Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about country music like that. So how can you go in and say that well, hey, Reba McEntire's album, I'm just using somebody as an example.
Of course,
You know what I'm saying? You know, we can't say that shit didn't slap. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's bringing a new audience over to country, maybe that's the goal of what this album was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, she got the blessing of so many country artists and writers, and Dolly Parton, you know, letting her do this damn song, and it's a lot that goes on with the Cowboy Carter album. Like you said, it's a good album, and it's not a bad album. It's just country, they gatekeep, man. Like, we just go have to deal with this. Now, I think if we, and I don't see. I don't even know if she gets a Grammy for it. And I mean, if she does, I'll be like, I actually would be surprised. I mean, not to say that the album is not good. It's just going off a previous track record. You know what I'm saying? I would just be surprised, even though she's the most decorated Grammy Award winner of all time. I just don't see her getting the awards that she thinks that she deserves for it. You know.
Again, this is literally the first time. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the first time she's ever done country music. So I don't understand why they expect, even though it's Beyonce, expect her to come swinging out the gate, getting all the awards for a genre of music that she's done for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Y'all let other niggas come win hip hop awards and they just rapped. Listen, I'm using your logic against you. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, but country people gatekeep way more, and we're never gonna let Beyonce come over here. And that's the thing.
That's the difference.
But Beyonce has gotten the right producers, the right writers. Like, she went through the proper steps. So the whole it's not country music is actually kind of bullshit. Like, if you got Dolly Parton on your album, you got these type of writers. Like, no, that's not the conversation we're having, because the music is inherently country. We're not even talking about that. Like, it's just how is the art perceived, and that's the conversation we're having.
So can it and maybe this just speaks to the country music community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, she went through all the proper channels. She got the producers, she got the stamps from the OGs and country. Like, you know, she went their route. With that being said, and again, this just may be the country music community gatekeeping. Why would it not be perceived as country if Beyonce went through all the proper channels?
Because they not like us. They not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us.
And I'm rolling with your whole gatekeeping thing. I'm rolling with that because I agree. And shoot, that's something we've kind of alluded to off and on a little bit. We in hip hop need to do a better job of gatekeeping. Like this, we're really getting the master class into what we need to be doing for our own genre. Shit, had we done this sooner, we wouldn't be kind of in the predicament that we are now.
I can give you so many examples of niggas that came and left, man. Miley Cyrus, Kid Rock, goddamn me. Hold on, let me say this: does Macklemore still make music?
I don't know,
because that's something else. I don't know. Nah, Miley Cyrus still makes music, and she is country.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes. Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. Oh God, Kid Rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who else? It was another Post Malone.
Oh, that's the big one. That's the big one.
So listen, it's certain people that we have let come in, make all these songs just because they got Quavo and a few trap beats. We put our guard down. Yeah, Miley Cyrus had that song with Mike Will Made and Juicy J. We lost our goddamn minds. And what the fuck did she go back and do and make wrecking balls? Like, stop playing with me, man.
Listen, I'm agreeing. We just got to do the same thing that they doing. We are getting the master class into what we need to do for these other people that try to come into hip hop. This is literally it.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Beyonce has grown into a pop star, right? Like, you know, started off as an R&B goddess, an R&B girl, right? But you inherently turn into pop. You know what I'm saying? When you get that big, you don't have a genre. Pop is your genre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if she's been able to fuse rap and hip hop for this long, and she's seen gospel too, like it's just like, why is like country such a bad thing for them to accept her doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like does it have to be roots because she has those? Like, I'm confused as to how you can gatekeep country from somebody that is country. Like, I'm trying to make that shit make sense.
Because that's not okay. Does she have roots in it? Clearly, from Houston, all that. It's country shit down there. But in her entertainment career, that's not how she came out, perceived herself. I'm not sure the proper term there, but and I'm thinking from their perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce has been in the music entertainment industry since she was a child, and I ain't talking about Destiny. So from child on up to the Beyonce that we know today, she is only just recently at her big age, whatever age she is, I don't know. At her age now is her turn into country. So the country community has been around for however long. They see this and it's like, well, no, I'm not okay with that. Cause hell, even when Lil Nas X put out Old Town Road, when that was out, they snubbed him for real. They didn't start acknowledging that song until Billy Ray Cyrus was on the remix. And they only acknowledged him after that song got 1 billion streams, which is crazy because that feature verse.
Yeah.
And even that had hip hop like roots to it. So I don't know.
I don't know. It's the infusion of hip hop into country. Is that what they're scared of? Like, I'm confused because
hip hop being a code name for black. Yes, black people.
Okay, because like still the basis of their argument does not sit well with me.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense because somebody that's born and raised in the South that sings gospel then sings R&B, which essentially is fucking country music anyway. Like blues, country, gospel, R&B. What's the difference in all of those? Nothing, because the storytelling is love, that's the basis of those music things. So it's like, what are we talking about? Like, that's why that doesn't make sense to me. So it's because she's black and then she started to make more popular music because that idea just doesn't sit well with me.
I think it's because she reminded white people that she was black. I can't remember what year or what Super Bowl that was. I think she performed with Bruno. I think that's when things changed.
She did the Black Panther salute. They went Oakland.
That's what it was. Had that not happened, I feel like we would be having a different conversation at the moment.
Okay, now you're cooking, brother. See what happens when we talk about, baby?
Yeah, I know.
No, because it's a point in time where we've had this conversation and it may have been off mic or it may have been on mic. We've been doing this so damn long. It's just where it comes to a point where the black artist starts to become more black in their music and it confuses the white people that love them so much. And we talked about it, Mike, Whitney, Janet. It don't matter. Beyonce. It don't matter. All of them do it. All of them did it. Like, they got blacker in their music as they gotten older or gotten like more. Like, you can tell when they took control of their shit. It was like, oh, you can tell the music changed.
Absolutely. So, and that performance was a minute ago. That wasn't recent. That wasn't recent. But I remember the lasting effects that it had when it happened. I do remember that.
Oh no, they was big mad about that.
Oh, absolutely.
They was big mad.
Absolutely.
No, that's what's up, man. Oh no, that's crazy, man.
You gotta talk it out. That's all.
You gotta talk it out, baby. No, let's get to this, man. This Blurred segment, man. Let's talk about this, man. We got a few trailers that came out, man. We gonna start here first. Boom. Thunderbolts, Marvel Studios. Thunderbolts trailer came out, Johnny. What is your initial thought?
The goddamn MCU. They know how to get me every time. They know how to get me every stinking time. Thunderbolts, man. Thunderbolts asterisk. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fire trailer. Let me just give a round. I ain't hit the round of applause. Fire trailer. Super fire trailer. It looks like it's going to center around Yelena, who's Black Widow's sister. I like how I like how there's some type of plot to get all of the Thunderbolts in the same room. Like that's cool. I feel like they may all be in there for separate reasons, and they just happen to end up in the same room. So that's dope. I can't wait to see the plot around how they all end up together. Overall, just a fire trailer. So we get to see a lot of characters we haven't seen in a while. Taskmaster, Ghost, who got a new suit and helmet. Val, who am I thinking? U.S. agent. And then the introduction to who I'm going to assume is going to be like the antagonist, Sentry. In the comic book, Sentry is, if I recall correctly, he's an individual that got experimented on, and he's like Superman level power. Has Superman level power. How the Thunderbolts gonna beat him? I have no idea.
I was about to say, sound like these niggas gonna get washed. Like,
Man,
like hell, the Avengers can't beat them. You think this ragtag group of miscreants over here is gonna do it? But I'm here for a good film, baby. Hey, we just talked about a good popcorn flick in pre-production, right? This is what this is giving. Because trust me, there's no way. Yes,
this is Earth Guardians of the Galaxy,
man. See, now that was a good one, but no, the trailer did look good, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. It's like maybe they'll probably have to tweak Sentry, because if he like Superman and you got niggas that got mechanical arms and shit trying to fight him, hey, bro, I don't know how far we finna go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Even if it's vibranium.
Right, you got two niggas with vibranium shields. I don't know if that's gonna help them either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of vibranium. You know what I'm saying? Like, Superman probably take the shield and like, you know what I'm saying? We don't even like U.S. agent like that. The sheriff also like, hey, we want that nigga's shield to get bent or something. Like, get the fuck out of here. But not
get him out of here.
Right. But we cheer for Bella Badova. I don't know how to say her name, but Yelena, right? Bella Badova. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
the new Black Widow, because essentially that's what she is.
I don't care. I'm gonna mess her name up. I'm gonna keep trying until I get it. I'm gonna stick this landing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, see, I'm goofy right now, but I mean, the trailer does look good. Bucky putting his arm in the dishwasher was kind of crazy, but you know what I'm saying?
Man,
yeah, but no, the trailer is amazing. I can't wait to see what even like a more full length trailer looks like, because this was obviously a teaser. You see Val, it looks like she has Avengers Tower too.
I did notice that, which I think that scene where they all met up, I feel like that's in like one of the sub levels of the Avengers Tower. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Another trailer, man. The Last of Us season 2. I didn't even know they had filmed. That's how you do. Don't tell me shit. Drop trailers. I do not need to know. It's in principal photography. I don't need to know that they wrote. I don't need to know what the set pictures look like. Give me content. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't need to know where on location at. I don't need none of that.
Bro. And they cooking. Oh my God. Sunday night switch back. Yes. I'm excited. Yes. Like I
am. Baby. No, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Joel, who's the protagonist, has to deal with the consequences of the season finale. Oh my God. Slight spoiler alerts, but dang, why am I drawing a blank on old girl name? Is it Ellie?
Ellie.
Yeah. She was going to have her brain removed or something to come up with a cure.
And he said
and the zombies, and he
said nope.
Went Rambo in that bitch and just killed everybody and saved them, and didn't tell her nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one interesting point about this, I don't know if you caught it, but in the trailer, it shows that there's a 5-year jump from season 1 to season 2. Did you notice that?
No, I did not. I did not notice that.
So that's going to be interesting. So I wonder if they'll during the season, I wonder if they'll have flashbacks to what happened in between those 5 years between season 1 and season 2. So that's the one thing I would kind of be looking forward to. But if season 2 follows The Last of Us 2, the game,
Uh-huh.
it's about to turn up, bro. It's about to
And
turn
that's
up.
why I was about to ask you, are you invested in the storyline of the game to know, I guess, like knowing that that's the source material for the show? Like,
Yeah. So I didn't
okay,
play it. So I didn't play
okay,
it, but I've seen gameplay of it and
okay,
talked to some friends about, you know, who the antagonist is of game 2, how it ends, like who dies in game 2. So yeah, if they follow, even if they follow game 2 loosely, like season 2 is gonna turn up. It's gonna turn up.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn up.
Now that's what's up, man. Then they got Jeffrey Wright in there, man. Like, hey, I'm all for this show, bro. And
Absolutely.
the action sequences seem so, like, it started off so cool and then it just turned up like the trailer, but the action sequences look great. Like the fact that them walkers or whatever we call the clickers.
Yeah.
I watched, you know, it's all these zombie shows, walkers, clickers, zombies, you know, the undead. All right, cool, whatever. They but the fact that they up in the snow mountains on their ass too, I'm like, oh, like that's different. Like, you supposed to be safe up there.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
I was like, oh no, that's different. So now I love it, man. I cannot wait. Pedro, go cook next year for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Because this is for next year, right? Obviously.
Yes, it's so
okay.
It's, comes out 2025. They did not say when, but if I had to guess, I would say the fall. That's a guess. Fall, winter. Now, I don't really look at it as a summer show. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't think they would drop it around the same time as Fantastic Four, because he's in that.
I'll say this. Well, okay, that's in May, so you're right on. I mean, Fantastic Four comes out in May. Okay. I don't know. HBO with their Sunday night shows, I know they try to stay away from Sunday night football, which is weird because they just did this with Penguin, which we'll talk about in a second, because that wasn't initially a Sunday night show. So I don't know if they want Last of Us going up against the NFL. That's just my business mind on that. So it may be a summer show because I'm trying to think of when do we watch the first season.
Right, I don't remember. Hold on.
Okay. now, if it's the fall, hey, I stand corrected. And HBO is king when it comes to these shows, but I just don't know if they want, like, you want to deal with Sunday night football smoke. You know what I'm saying, on the ratings.
Right. Oh, dang. So episode 1 of season 1, January 15th, 2023.
Nah, yeah, we can do that. Because that's toward the end of the NFL season. You know what I'm saying? Starting to teeter off. But you don't want to go, oh, new show coming out in September. Like, you don't want to do that with the NFL, baby. Not on their Sundays.
Well, if that's the case, I think they would, if it were to come out in January, I think they would have given the date, because that's shit. Looking at it's really 3-4 months away.
But look at it like this too. By the time we get through a 10 episode season, gives people a break from Pedro, then we go right to Fantastic Four.
Interesting.
It could be February. It could be a February release.
That's interesting.
It is.
So you think it'll come out at the beginning of 25? Because they said 25. So,
well, I mean, I'm not against it, but I just don't think that HBO would want a premiere show like that to go up against Sunday Night Football. That's just my I guess somewhat TV exec brain. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to play with the NFL, baby. They'll find a way to put Patrick Mahomes on every Sunday Night Football to fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do this. You want that? Do you want Taylor Swift on TV every week, nigga? Like every Sunday night? God damn, like, ain't never gonna win.
Jesus Christ, man. That's hilarious.
I know, man. But since we already on this conversation of Max and HBO and all that, man, the Penguin season 1, we just got that. We got 1 episode of that. They switched the day. It was supposed to be a Thursday night release, and they moved it to Sunday. That is actually pretty huge because Sunday night HBO, I just alluded to, The Last of Us, Insecure, Entourage. What's the other show? Game of Thrones.
House of Dragon.
What's the one? I told you to watch, but you didn't watch it. Succession. That was a Sunday night. That's a Sunday night show too. So you putting the Penguin up there?
Heavy hitters.
Okay. Okay, I'm excited. But Johnny, just off of the strength that they moved the show, we already know that that's a big deal. But what do you think about the show? Just from one episode that we watched.
Episode 1 of the Penguin was great. It was great.
Okay.
Even from the clip that they showed before before episode 1 dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh no, they cooking, right?
Big cooking.
Which is funny because the tone of the episode after that clip like kind of changed, which is not a bad thing, but
yeah,
I love the fact that they're able, well, at least from one episode, they were able to weave in and out of the super serious, the kind of goofy, hell, the kind of heartwarming for real, because at the end of episode 1, Penguin and what's my man's name that has the speech issue, they kind of bonded. They kind of bonded, right? Like he saved the Penguin's ass at the end of the episode. So it's like episode 1, they was really cooking. It was a lot going on, but I love the way the progression of that episode happened. And if that's an indication of the season, we in for some shit for real.
Yeah,
like, it's dope.
I like what we're looking at. We're looking at like a sub story or a subplot that's going to lead into the Batman 2. We see Oswald Cobblepot, you know what I'm saying, go through this dissension into the actual character, the Penguin, right. And you see the like the breadcrumbs throughout this first episode of what's going to go on. We see clearly who the antagonist is going to be. We clearly see that he's going up against the Falcone, like, organization, just the whole organization. And in those instances, like the daughter in those organizations are just they worse, because that's the one that like usually that's why, like, whenever you get in the Game of Thrones, bro, you'll see what Cersei Lannister is like you'll see that like them women that should have been a boy and should have been king or should have been, you know what I'm saying, them the worst ones. God damn.
The worst ones, yeah.
Boy. Yeah. And as you can see, the I forgot her name because we just getting into this world and the character building and everything, but you see that she is definitely gonna be a problem.
Right.
He took the bro off the board, but you can tell he was kind of like the prodigal son. Like, I got this because my daddy, and he just didn't move like his dad. He's just not his father. That's why the Penguin didn't respect him. He actually gaslighted him into that damn situation. That's why he got shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why the Penguin shot his ass, because he was talking spicy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Too much shit. But the thing is, the Penguin, how did Carmine die in the first film? I mean, in Batman.
Somebody, the Riddler sniped him.
Okay.
Riddler sniped him. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, even at the beginning of the episode, clearly this is a direct tie-in to the Batman, but them just flashing back to the end of the Batman in that beginning sequence and going into the Penguin was great. So when this season ends, it rolls directly into the Batman 2 whenever that comes out. Is that next year? They come out next year?
Hell no.
26.
26.
Okay.
Now let me ask you this before we kind of move on. Do you think, because we had this conversation quite often with the MCU properties, do you think this would be a bad thing for the Penguin character in Batman 2?
No.
Okay.
No.
And the reason I asked that is because we have so much character development for one person that may be a pivotal character in, a film, a feature-length film. That's why I was asking.
I look at it like this. We saw Oswald Cobblepot in the Batman, right? Just as a side character working under the Falcone organization. Cool. Yeah, let's just say we didn't get this film. I mean, we did not get this show, right?
Yeah.
Going into Batman 2, Oswald is the full-fledged Penguin. He's an actual villain now. I don't think missing that detail in between, I don't think it really matters for the plot of the Batman. I don't think it matters. And
I honestly, even though I know this is supposed to be like I think what they've been talking about is supposed to be a winter-based film. I don't believe that the Penguin is even the main villain.
Oh no.
So that's the other thing too. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying that all this is for naught, but then again, it's kind of like, man, like, you know what I'm saying?
What's crazy, how he was introduced, I don't think the Penguin can even be a main villain of this Batman universe. Like I don't think he would be able to. Like he can be a sub villain, like a sub underneath the main villain, but
I mean, kind of like
I
what it was in the first one. Like
yeah,
he was just somebody that Batman had to deal with. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's it. Yeah, exactly.
I just got to keep dealing with you.
And that's it. So
Okay. Okay.
but the episode 1 was fire. I'm
Okay.
definitely looking forward to the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Hey man, let's go ahead and journey down the witch's road, man. It was Agatha all alone, man. Now we are actually in season 1, episode 3, because it was 2 episodes that dropped last Wednesday and the Wednesday before, and now this past Wednesday, episode 3 is out. So Johnny, what do you think about just Agatha all alone?
How do I say this?
Oh God.
I think this is the first time in Disney Plus Marvel show history that from the first 3 episodes, I might want to call this a snooze fest.
What? Oh, okay.
Now, I'm gonna throw the caveat in that every time I've watched these episodes, it was late at night. So the first 2 episodes, I struggled to get through. I'm not even gonna hold you. I did, but I rewatched them, and I was like, okay, I think I like okay. Episode 3, I think if I recall, episode 4 is when the Disney Plus shows really get to cooking, because I feel like every episode 4 is fire of every show. So if I don't get that fire in episode 4, I mean, I'm gonna finish the season for sure, but I might have to call this a loss, bro. I don't know.
Wow.
I know. I was kind of hyped for it too. I ain't gonna front, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I hope that from the first 3 episodes, I hope that there's some type of really big payoff at the end of this, because I'm struggling, bro. I'm struggling.
Oh, really? Wow. I actually enjoy it. Now,
cool.
I'm not going out my way to like defend it, but I enjoy it though. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I would try to argue you down. Like I don't have that in me. Not for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't that deep for me. But do I find it enjoyable? Yes. I love Agatha. Like, and I wasn't even a fucking fan, bro. I hate it. I didn't listen. I wanted to hate WandaVision so bad. Like I wanted to. So this right here is just, it's kind of refreshing, I think, and maybe that's what it is. I'm just enjoying something that's completely different. It's witch lore in comic book. I don't know anything about this world, so that's why I'm so intrigued by it. The magic. Agatha lost her powers, and she's using these other witches to get her powers, and she's showing how selfish that she is still. So there's a lot of tropes in there from like, you know, just your selfish superhero origins, right? You know what I'm saying? You kind of have that. So I think that's what it is. Agatha being as goofy, and it's like she can go from goofy to like almost like evil real quick. It's like I love that. I love that about her character, and the other witches around her make it funny, like make it good. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the personality clashes and things like that. I'm slowly understanding, like, oh, this witch does earth magic. This witch does blood magic. This witch does this. I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. There's levels to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And all of them are kind of like misfits. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they work together. It's kind of like how we look at the Thunderbolts or any team, right? The team has to work together in a certain sense. And then I guess the Billy, you know, stuff too. I was like, I guess, like, you know, that's the only thing that I'm kind of like I'm like, I'm not saying
they kind of alluding to him being Agatha's son, but he may end up being the son of Wanda. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
It's weird. Now I will say that's weird, but you do need, from a show perspective, you need somebody that's in the room or in the show or in the scene that's a novice that's telling you, or at least kind of giving you an understanding of what's going on. That's why Billy is there. Or that the kid, right? Because he like, oh, I looked up you on the internet, like, you know what I'm saying, like that type shit. So it's like I find it, bro. I love this show. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I like this show. Like, I like it.
Again, I'm throwing a caveat out there. I have watched these shits late at night. Now, I do want to try to rewatch the first 3 episodes with the sun out, just to see, just to see if it's a different vibe.
Listen, if it's a task for you, it's a task for you. Because listen, you singing them praises from Miss Marvel, and I ain't never go. I ain't listen, nah. We ain't got to do all that. Listen, we ain't got. See, listen. The way you probably felt about Miss Marvel, and I felt about Miss Marvel. See how he's on the other side of that. I was like, nah. I don't care about none of that.
Like,
and it's like you shouldn't have way more bill than I would have if I didn't like it. Like I was just saying, I don't like it. I don't think you give a damn if it's noon or midnight. If this shit ain't hitting, it ain't hitting. Like you know what I'm saying? Hell, I watched the first one off of Edible, so it's like so. If it wasn't good to be dead, it definitely ain't gonna be good to be sober. So it was good to be dead. So
I was sober as hell. So yeah. Look, if I'm off the edible, I don't know.
I don't know.
They got into their SWV bag in episode 2, so I don't know. Maybe it's gonna hit better.
Oh yeah. The witch's song or the witch hymn, whatever they call this shit.
I'm like, what? This it just didn't resonate, bro.
I mean, but you know what? I think that I like certain. I guess you have to. Well, I mean, you like Harry Potter.
I was about to say maybe I need to put on my Harry Potter hat.
Yeah, because I feel like it's certain things in here that kind of trope from other shows. Like if you watch like Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief, or something to that space, it's kind of working in that. That's maybe why I like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen this before. I know some of these words. Like you know what I'm saying? But that's usually what this is. It's like a mystery. It's a quest. It's a you know what I'm saying? It's
absolutely a quest.
It's a quest.
But for some reason, I'm not connected with it. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not shooting it bail. I like it. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not. It's like I ain't defending it, but I like it. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't enough for me to get charged up to say, "Hey, all right, you bugging." No,
right.
All right. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe it's a guilty pleasure. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I like National Treasure. I love those films. Like you know what I'm saying? I like that. So that's what this is giving me. Like find this clue and go on to the next step.
I like the fact that we're talking this out.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because like them on their search for her powers or whatever the steps that they're going through, it's not clicking to me. Like it doesn't. Not that it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But maybe it's just not questy enough. Like it's just I don't know. It's weird. The puzzle's not hard. Like
this is the thing, right? At least in episode 3, they were in one space for the whole episode. Like when they finally got down the Witch's Road, they had a little bit of dialogue, and then they got right into the house, and then they were there.
Right.
Until the end. And then honestly, in episode 2, they was in the basement for a very long time. Like that, it's kind of okay. Now it's kind of feeling like Tyler Perry, like Tyler Perry scenes. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we in one space too long. It's like it's feeling like a play. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and maybe does that kind of not work for you?
It could be because like your point, Tyler Perry scenes be 10 minutes. They be 10 minutes in the car talking. Like no. Even with them being in that house in episode 3, different rooms. Everybody's in a different room having their own different hallucination and all that.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not clicking. Like, why does any of this matter for Agatha to go and get her damn powers and everybody else going to get what they need? And then at the end of episode 3, spoiler alert, my girl, the old lady who's not a witch died.
Miss Hart, like I think that's her name, right, or whatever. But now I hear what you're saying, but I know that like the purpose of them doing Agatha's coven was to get a witch with this specialty, and they're all looked at as kooks as some way, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the appeal of it, because our Earth Magic girl, like she's selling perfumes and shit, like you know what I'm saying. But and she's like disbarred or something from the witch community. I forgot what they said. And then our girl that that was running the fortune telling spot, like she is just a kook. Like you know what I'm saying. And then girl that that was a security guard. So her mom was like the best witch or something like that, and I don't know if she lived up to it. So it's like it's levels And then Agatha just got, she got served up by Wanda. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and now you ain't got no powers, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think they're not doing enough exploring of Agatha because we got to do all this other stuff too. Because we still ain't addressed the girl that she fought in episode 1.
Facts.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. And I guess because we ain't too focused on Agatha, maybe that can kind of be what you're not feeling too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, listen, I came here for you. We ain't even get enough of you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't get enough of Agatha. It's everybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How do we got plot holes? It's only 3 episodes. She fought old girl in episode 1. The girl came out of nowhere, and then it just turns out that she's her arch nemesis or some shit, and Agatha didn't even remember, and now we don't see her again.
That's a lover's quarrel, man.
Like that.
That's her girlfriend, man.
Then why she ain't been back? Why she ain't say, yo, remember me?
They broke up, man. Like, I listen, they've been doing a lot of, and listen, I have nothing against my Rainbow Coalition brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? But I know that they did discuss that this would have like a little bit of LGBTQ vibes in it.
Oh, no, they said this is gonna be the gayest show ever. They said
so Agatha, like, Agatha referred to her as her heart anyway, something like that. And that's why she went and get Miss Hart across the street, because her name, that girl that she fought, that was the witch that was supposed to be on that list. That's why she ate that paper. She didn't want Billy to see it.
Got it. Because
it was like a black heart or something like that. That black heart was her, like whoever that character was.
Connect the dots for me, bro.
Yeah. Like that's why it's intriguing, but it's just like certain things that y'all not picking up and putting down right. You know what I'm saying?
In episode 7. Before this shit is over, right before this shit over. Hey.
But she was supposed to be Mrs. Hart spot, like our neighbor, like she was supposed to be in that spot, because that was a witch that she fought. Miss Hart ain't no witch; she's just a regular woman.
Right. That means since Miss Hart died, the lover is coming in episode 4 to complete the coven, because now they don't have a whole coven.
They don't. I mean, well, technically, they never had one. They never had a whole coven because remember when they
didn't know, the other witches didn't know though. Only Agatha knew.
That is true. But when they were singing the song, Miss Hart wasn't even singing it for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was not singing.
One thing I will say though, she was funny. Miss Hart was funny in episode 3 with all her her non-witch talk. Like, it was
it's so funny, and I guess we kind of getting to the end now. It's just I think that all of those actors have a certain level of comedy to them, but she's like straight comedic relief. Like, there's she has nothing else but comedic relief. Like, but Agatha's funny. All the witches have their chops about them. So,
yeah, man.
But now, clearly, we have reached the end of our docket, Johnny. What you got for him, bro?
Well, since we are recording virtually today, there's no song of the week. So for everybody, it sound like Ralph is better, but I guarantee he's going straight to sleep after this. I already know it's fine. But anyway, listeners, viewers on YouTube, everybody, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. If you are on YouTube, hit the comment section. Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell.
Yes, sir.
Next week. I guess we here, baby. Episode 248. Anything left for the people?
Man, just like Johnny said, make sure y'all comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you for listening to the things that we like to talk about for this hour and some odd change. You see these faces, you see that logo, you see this link. You know you need to share it because OS is for the streets.
Yes, sir. And with that, that's episode 248.
248.
And we out.
Chill.
Peace.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.